If you're just joining us, Jordan Darling, P.O. Box 738-506, said about our fans, if they're not here, well, screw them.
Hey, there's lots of different ways to use the word screw, so it's not always bad.
Nobody said it was bad.
Just to clarify, Jordan, you're saying that you want to do the positive version of the word.
As positive as you can be.
Hey-o.
Hey-o. Marty, you're hungry?
I'm starving.
Me too.
I just worked out and
Flex.
Was flex enough, humble brag,
Girl
and taking care of the children, not watching, not babysitting.
And he's a good daddy too.
Just
Parenting.
parenting, right?
Mm.
That is a pet peeve of many people I know, that when fathers say they're babysitting the kids. Have y'all seen that happen? Where people just jump down fathers' throats, and rightly so, because those fathers are the worst.
Horrible fathers.
Absent. I mean, they're not absentee. They are there. I guess it's just really phrasing that is a hot button issue for people. It's phrasing.
I mean, so seriously, like people get mad when like a dad says, "I was babysitting the kids."
I was babysitting the kids.
Oh yeah, if they're your kids, yeah.
How dare you? First of all, you were parenting is what you were doing. You were not babysitting. Babysitting is what someone else does who doesn't live and wasn't there and wasn't involved in making the child. Okay? So let's just rephrase that, and let's really center ourselves and think about what you're saying before you say it there, Dad.
People split hairs. Oh, come on. So you're a fan of crucifying the dad that says babysitting.
That's not what he said that it's about the verbiage. It's the other person who takes offense to the babysitting because it's not babysitting. It's
I mean, technically, but it can feel like you can say like if you're at a party and your friend gets drunk, I'm babysitting this guy. Like it's not babysitting, but it's
you're not are you parenting him?
No. Sometimes, as a parent, you are parenting. Sometimes it feels like babysitting.
Alex, does the stigma go both ways? So if you have the stay-at-home father with the working 9-to-5 mother, and then the father goes out for a boys' night, and the mom's at home parenting her children, and she uses the phrase, "I'm babysitting tonight," do we have a problem with that?
I think you just communicate what you mean by that. Because if you clarify, like Jordan said, it's babysitting, then you're babysitting your entire life. You'll always be babysitting because you'll be parenting is what you mean. So it's really just how you define the word.
Mm.
But yeah,
I mean, I don't really know because my wife always watches the kids, so I don't.
God, it would have been so much funnier if you would have said my wife always babysits the kids.
Yeah.
Come on, Jordan.
I'm just trying not to lose sponsors. I don't want to offend everyone by saying the word babysit.
Yeah. So don't do it. You're
Just
parenting.
don't say it.
I'm just never going to use that word again. Babysitting is off.
So should we redefine the title then for the 17-year-old teenager who comes over to watch the children? Are they no longer a babysitter?
Non-parenting.
They're just a sitter? Are they just a sitter?
Are they also parenting?
Do they sit? They probably.
I would hope that Rachel, who comes over to our house on a Friday night, is not parenting my children.
No, I mean, she's qualified. She's 17.
She is 17. Look,
know,
and it's like, shut up, you dirty monkeys, and tell us what the topic is.
The topic is attachments.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna
say that like I don't know, like a guy trying out, like doing an audition for an adult movie.
Today, the topic is an attachment.
I don't like it. No, that's way too good of acting
ass.
for an adult movie. Like, it should have been today. The topic is sausage. No, attachment.
I watch very sophisticated adult films.
Apparently, you do. Good night. Don't look at Alex's credit card.
Like
statement,
what?
because he's got some premium on there.
Name one title of a sophisticated adult film that you watch.
Tess of de Uberville, a beast with two backs.
I'm sorry. Did you just say de Uberville?
Yeah, de Uberville.
Is that a Dr. Seuss knockoff?
It's
It wasn't
Norwegian.
the Grinch's heart that grew 10 times that day.
Nope.
Yeah, I haven't seen that collection.
Wow. So attachments, you say?
That's going to be our topic. I'm not sure where it's going to go or what we're going to do with it, but
Yeah, I mean, you talked a little bit about it, Alex, where you know it can have to do with life and relationships, right? But it can also have to do with vacuums. You said, right?
I mean, how many attachments do you have for your vacuum?
We've got a lot. We've got a Kirby. What kind of vacuum you got?
I don't want to talk about this.
The one that fits the attachment that we have.
So ultimately, we're talking relationships today.
That's the
Yeah.
idea.
Okay, got it. So I'm gonna peel back the curtain a little bit. So Alex, you brought this topic to the table.
Say that like you're.
I'm gonna peel back the curtain right here. So Alex, please tell us what's going on in Alexville that you wanted to bring this topic to the table.
Well, I've got to make new friends because I've got a new family for the next 7 weeks at work. And I was really hoping that it would just happen instantly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the connection, the energy, that sort of like camaraderie. And I just don't really feel that spark just yet. So it's interesting because usually I'm right there finding someone to like make fun of everyone with, you know, like I usually find the person who's, well, this is ridiculous. But like, it's just, I'm the old guy.
Mm.
So you're the type of person who, when coming into a new group, you'll find your counterpart pretty quickly.
Usually you can find the most annoying person in the room, and sort of buddy up with them. And we become a superpower of just annoyance.
I mean, what sort of things did you try?
Well, I wore a cowboy hat.
Mm.
I thought that would be, you know, like, hey, look at me.
Does that play well in California?
It plays well everywhere, Marty. Yeah, it's a look, and I'm gonna stick with it. But essentially, I was just there to work, and I thought it was interesting because I feel like jobs are usually about the connection for me.
Yeah.
What happened? What was the moment when like that's what you felt like it was? When you felt like, oh, I guess I'm just here to work.
I was just sitting outside, playing on my phone. People were like, "Hey, are you all right?" And like in my head, I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm just sitting." But like, I guess I had black eyeliner on too, so maybe I look more sad than I actually am.
That'll do it.
Oh, that guy's hardcore goth.
Like he knows he's not supposed to be at work today, right? Doesn't need all that makeup.
Wait. Just to clarify real quick. So you were at work where typically you do wear makeup, but that particular day you didn't need to be wearing makeup. Why did you have the eyeliner on?
No, I did need it. I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just to clarify.
Yeah, but I may start wearing it. It was a good look. I grew kind of attached to it.
Wow.
Oh,
Is it like
interesting.
is it like a Fallout Boy style
Very
eyeliner?
very much so.
Wow. So like emo.
It felt emo, but like
What's the difference between goth and emo?
So emo is like kind of closer to punk. You still are frustrated and angry at the world, but goth is closer to like rituals, Ouija boards. Those are the spectrums.
Got it.
Yeah, it's like Fallout Boy wannabe punk team band versus Rachel at IHOP at 2:30 in the morning drinking coffee and smoking cigarettes, even though she's 14. Hardcore goth.
So what is like? So, Alex, what you're
What
talking about
is-
is
what is
what is shout out. Oh, you got some food. Oh,
We got some
good.
food.
Look.
It's too
Oh.
hot. It's too hot.
Aw.
Well, welcome to Two Guys and Another Guy. Today we're going to be talking about attachments. Just ordinary guys who are experts in, well, not the things we talk about, but we give it a shot anyway.
Would you call yourself an expert at anything?
I'm really good at fantasy football.
Oh,
Really good?
I'm really good at because it's a numbers game and it's about sports, and those are two things that like really get me going.
I like the fist.
I did not.
That's what she said. Both of those.
So Alex, you were talking about like connection.
Yes.
How is there? How does connection play into attachments? Because you said like you couldn't really find like right away. You wanted a quick
Sure.
like connection,
So,
but attachment.
I view this group as a family because we're basically spending the next 7 weeks together.
So before you even go into it, you're
Yes.
kind of thinking, I'm entering a family.
Yes, like these people need to have my back. I need to have their back. Like together we run as a group. It's kind of the coaching style in me, and I do it with almost any group I get involved with. And it's the same with coaching baseball. I go into it like we're going to be a family for the next 3 months. I want to form that connection because connection breeds commitment. Taking a tangent. Anyway, so when it's over, I get really, really sad, like uncontrollably, emotionally devastated that it's over.
Let's stay on the connection part of it for a second.
I don't want
I
to.
think that-
I want to talk real quick. Because I just saw a
We're a
glimpse.
family, Marty.
No. I saw a glimpse there of like motivational Alex, and it scared me a little bit. Like I saw him up on his soapbox going, "Connection breeds." What did you say? Commitment. Oh, that's a line and a half. That's gonna stick with me right there. Connection breeds commitment. Ooh.
So we are
golly.
talking about connections.
And I just heard the ESPN sound go off. But no, seriously, Jordan, connection breeds commitment. That goes right back to forging and forming those relationships. I mean, whether
Right.
you're talking about a marriage or children or a relationship with a friend, that's what it's all about. That connection breeding commitment. And when Alex said earlier, he walks into a group and can find his, opposite, I don't know, positron, whatever, that's going to run and wreck shop with him for the next 7 weeks. I am the exact opposite of that.
Hmm.
I run up in a group and I shield up and put up my walls pretty quick, and somebody's got to break them down to forge that commitment with me, that connection.
Interesting.
Yeah.
See, and I feel in the middle. Like I feel like I am that person whose goal is to break the ice for everyone. Like and it's like create these moments where like people can have their connections.
You're the facilitator.
Yeah, you're the point guard of the relationship.
And what's interesting is because as you're saying, like you're going in there looking for, connection. And when you say connection breeds commitment, I think, man, so many situations I've been in where like, yeah, there's maybe it seems like the majority of people that are in that group, whatever group it is, work, team, whatever. There is a larger amount of people that are not wanting that commitment, that are like avoiding it, that don't want to be vulnerable because that's going to be a part of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I will clarify. My lack of wanting to commit and be vulnerable has nothing to do with the emotional capacity that will be needed. It has everything to do with the physical and mental capacity that will be needed.
The strain.
Honestly, it's like I feel like I'm the basic millennial mentality of like, I don't want to do anything on the weekends. I don't want to leave my house. I don't want to leave my bed. I just want to binge watch TV. And if I have plans, I want to break them. So I know in the back of my mind, every new relationship I forge and form and commit to, Coach Alex, means another freaking weekend or couples trip or kid's birthday party that I'm going to have to do. Yeah. And ultimately, I guess if you boil that down to its most basic form, that just means I'm either A, lazy, or B, selfish. But admitting it is the first step.
You don't think it could be being an introvert? That's not an option.
Sure. I mean, do you guys believe in the term introverted extrovert? Because I do, and I believe that is truly what I am, which is why I gravitate to platforms like TikTok, because I have the screen that protects me versus the other people on the other side of the screen, and I'll be extroverted over here. But if you see me in real life, I'm definitely more introverted.
Right. I connect with that because it's like I know how I need to be extroverted, and I can do it. It just exhausts me.
Yeah. I always tell people I'm like a cell phone battery, right? I'll start every day at 100%. I'm a morning person, 100%. I will give everything I have. And then by the time it's the end of the day, I am almost at 0%. That one last percent lasts a long time, a lot longer than it should. And you're surprised at how long it lasts. But if I don't have that option to recharge, it's just, it's game over. Mm-hmm. Which is why I don't want to go out at night.
That's so interesting because I feed off like that energy as the extrovert. And I almost have to like require myself to take alone time to recharge because again, I almost dumb myself down. Like I try not to be myself because I feel like I'm too much for people to handle right away.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I mean, when you showed up with a cowboy hat and you were probably wearing chaps
and eyeliner,
no sleeves.
Yeah, I mean, it might take people some time, man.
I mean, you're definitely peacocking in that situation. So, do you think maybe people were intimidated by you?
I hope so.
Oh, look! I mean, look at that guy's plumage.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what brought up attachment is that when I get into a situation, I've always been like that. Even as a kid, when I would do plays, the 3 months were over and everybody seemed to like go about their ways. And I'm over here like, you guys want to go to Purple Onion and get a falafel? They're like, why? You're like, I don't know.
It's probably good that you and I don't live too close to each other, Alex, because you would hate me as an actual friend.
For flaking?
Not so much flaking. Yeah, definitely flaking.
For being wishy-washy?
I guess. I've forged and formed some really good working relationships with people, at previous jobs. And then once I stopped working with them, my mind just is like a blank slate. And it's like, oh, I guess that person doesn't exist anymore, which is a horrible thing to admit out loud. Wow. But that's just kind of how my brain compartmentalizes it. I have one friend that I worked with for 12 years that we still hang out and talk to each other. Everybody else is just, nope.
Yeah, do you think that we would be friends in person? Because I honestly it kind of makes me nervous. Like if like I want to, and maybe people don't even realize it's like I've never met you guys in person. It's all been video, TikTok stuff. Like it excites me to want to I want to hang out with all of you. You know, all the people that I've met, and but then there's also this voice in my head that's like, yeah, and then they're gonna realize that I'm boring as shit, and they're gonna it's gonna change everything.
That's just your personality, though. No. I mean that, Jordan. Your personality is self-doubt. You constantly self-doubt yourself and your abilities and your personality. I think I would actually get along very well with you because you're very down to earth and calm and quiet, and you're a facilitator, like you said. So you try to make people comfortable, which is good, which is a good thing.
Part of that is because
both just crazy. So we're literally just crazy, on different ends of the spectrum craziness. So, I mean, sometimes that's good, like magnets. But if you flip one of those magnets the other way,
there was a joke there somewhere, but I lost it.
I'd really like to do a show where we were trapped in a house and we weren't allowed to laugh.
Mm-hmm.
And if you laugh, you got kicked out.
Man,
I think that'd be a fun show.
It wouldn't last. I wouldn't be on it very long.
None of us would. We'd have to do a couple tries. But yeah, I just think that would be an interesting attempt.
Hey, so speaking of attachments, there's one attachment. I was thinking about this today. Because I went to the bathroom at my work, and
where's this going?
I felt it from the beginning.
Yikes!
Yeah, and I just want to say that so I used the urinal, and there's an attachment that I don't know when it happened, but they've made leaps and bounds developing the urinal cake. Because whatever we have in our building, it's phenomenal.
How does
I mean, it dampens the sound. It prevents. There's no splash. No splash. It's simply amazing. And I don't know what the brand is. I don't know what it is. But I mean, like, I even tried.
Are you being sponsored by them? What's happening here?
I even tried my hardest to get splash. I tried and I pushed as hard as I could to get as much pressure, like a fire hose. No splash. Nothing. It's amazing. And it smells great too. It's not like those crummy, like when I was a kid, urinal cakes smelled like, freaking bleach or something. Like, it just smelled weird. This smelled like peaches and roses. It was amazing.
I have no idea where the connection was that got us to that point.
I just wanted to talk about some other attachments.
It was an attachment onto the urinal.
Right. And I don't know, I don't know if there's someone watching our show that makes urinal cakes that can inform me. And I mean, sure, you can sponsor us if you want. I mean, we'll promote your whatever you call it. Is it cakes? You call them cakes? It's not a cake anymore. It's not like a disc. It's like there's spikes and it's like cool looking.
Yeah, Anna. Sorry, you are confusing so many people right now, Jordan. They are called urinal cakes. They're cakes. And they just sit in there, and they're there for people like Jordan who have very powerful streams.
I've been told that many times.
Thank you for detouring us to that point, Jordan.
Beer daddy.
Can I shift the attachment conversation a little bit, Alex? Are you okay with that, Alex?
Yeah.
Alex, can we do that?
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask Jordan because he's going to talk about urinal cakes more. So let's talk attachments when it comes to children, because we're all daddies here, right?
We're 100% a daddy.
100% daddies. And attachment to me is if you were to ask me before the show started, where do you correlate attachment with? It is 100% with my kids. And right now, I feel like you go through an ebbs and flow when it comes to attachment. Right now, I'm in the sweet spot with young children. I think you guys both are as well. But I'm very cognizant and aware, looking at that crushing wave that is rapidly approaching, which is when the attachment is basically broken, not by you, but by your child. And all of a sudden, your arms extended, reaching out to them, going, "Oh no, come back, please hang out with me." Is anyone else fearing this rapidly approaching event? Nope. Cool.
I think about it.
Jordan has 4 kids. I don't know. Is that even in the realm right now of?
So for me, I think about it. I don't think that I'm close to it yet. I guess I don't know exactly what age that would happen. My oldest is turning 8 next month. But I certainly try to remind myself that like this, like they want to do stuff, and like even tonight, my son was like, I was trying to kind of transition, away from the family to do other things, and my son was like, "Hey, Daddy, you want to just play one game of Smash Brothers?" And in my head, I said, "No, man, I gotta go." But then I was just like, "Man."
But out loud, I said, "Off Alpha Sprout." Sorry, go ahead. But out loud, you said,
Yes. I said yes.
It was a big buildup.
Yeah.
That story was brought to you by the good people at Tasty Cake Urinal Cakes. Tasty Cake Urinal Cakes. They smell great, only sold in Minnesota.
Hey, there it is.
Cherry on top.
Hey, Tasty Cakes. After you pee, have an appetizer on me.
have an appetizer on me? We're going to go bankrupt. Yeah. Anyway, what are some other things about attachments? Your kids, that's what we were talking about. I'm not at the spot where I'm thinking about it, because I'm actually kind of worried that like my little one's never gonna leave. Like I just feel he's so attached. Like he has to be touching a human at all times. That like the only way he's leaving is if like,
bro, he's going to touch another human and then you will no longer be needed.
That would make me upset.
Yeah.
Oh.
So his love language is physical touch.
Oh, for sure.
Okay. Yeah. That's guilty right here. I was the same way growing up with my mother in particular. And that's what happened. About 14. Cut the ties.
Young age to get a vasectomy.
Yeah, well, I really didn't want kids.
Well, luckily it's reversible.
Is it? My wife assures me it's not.
Not the kids, the vasectomy.
Oh! Hashtag Texas.
Wow.
This topical humor was brought to you by Tasty Cakes Urinal Cakes. We're having to revert back from our promotion. We can no longer give an app on me. So Tasty Cakes Urinal Cakes. Pee on us.
I feel like that was like a League of Their Own, like the woman in the box.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but kids, it'll be sad when they do that. I definitely try to spend as much time with them as I can because of stuff like that. But like Jordan, that's a very sweet story about like when they want to do one thing, because like their point of view, their perception is that daddy's too busy to play with me.
Right.
Like, regardless of what the actual reasoning is, their perception is, he's too busy.
Yeah. Have you guys done the thing with your kids where you ask them questions? Who's the fun parent? Who's the mean parent?
God, no.
Yeah.
Who's the stinky parent?
Spoiler alert, it's me. But they don't even realize. Do you guys do, because neither one of you guys have a daughter, right? It's all sons.
All sons, yes.
That's right. We only make boys.
I made one.
That's cute.
Talk to us when you make 2.
Yeah.
So so you guys won't relate to some of the things I'm saying, but like, do you guys do a boys' night? Like, I'll like where you take out one of your kids and
Yeah, we play poker. It's amazing. Yeah, we totally do that. We'll do group boys' nights. We do individual boys' nights. My wife takes them out on like date nights as groups and individual. So yeah, we try to forge those connections because that's the way you get commitment.
and then later attachment.
So that's the big point. That's really what I wanted to get to. Is at what point is the attachment?
We have a point.
Can you believe it? What point is the attachment supposed to be cut? Like, you talk about that 14-year-old boy knowing when it's time. Like, emotionally, how do you like prepare for that? When do you know it's time? And like, it almost seems like you shouldn't get connected because it's easier later.
Oh, that's awful. That's awful advice. You should never be a therapist. When does the bird know to push their child out of the nest? They just instinctually know. And sometimes they did it too early, and sometimes they do it too late, and sometimes they do it
just right.
There you go.
But you can prepare them. You don't have to. It doesn't have to be so abrupt pushing them out of the nest. Like, I think when you're talking about kids, just kind of having a culture in your house of honesty and telling them, because they'll have questions along the way, and it's like, because my kids will kind of say like, "Are you guys gonna die?" And it's like, "Yeah, we are gonna die eventually."
Daddy's already dead inside.
Just look at his eyes.
But it's like, I don't know, not avoiding those hard conversations, but actually like giving them the truth, but comforting them at the same time. Like, it's okay. This is how life is, and so that's why it's important to cherish the moments you have,
Yeah. Anna says
that's why it's important not to whine, you big baby, when Dad's
my.
babysitting you.
Oh, no.
Full circle.
Daddy's eating his urinal cake. Leave me alone.
It's so tasty.
I made meatloaf again. Oh man, you guys want to do headlines?
Sure, let's do some headlines.
Sure.
I don't know if you let's see. I mean, we got it because Bing headlines. Actually, play it forward is what we call it. Brought to you by Bing, the elite search engine.
Is that their
of our
slogan?
day.
No,
Do they
it's not
actually
their
have
sold.
Oh,
They
okay.
literally have 3% of searches across the web. So no, that's not their slogan.
Somebody's lying.
All right, so here, let me see here. There's some good ones. Bing didn't disappoint us. Let's see here. There's a correct way to use a can opener.
Mm.
You probably don't know it.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
We were about to say the same thing. Go
Yeah.
ahead. No, go ahead.
No,
No.
You
Please,
first.
sir. You
No,
first.
yeah,
I
yeah,
couldn't.
no,
I couldn't.
I don't know. I can't do it.
Okay,
All
fine.
right, well, if you're, you go. Okay.
Okay. You reach your hand right inside of that urinal and you take out the cake and you pop the top and have you a frosty cold one.
This
that what
message
you were gonna
brought to
say?
you by Tasty Cakes, the urinal cake of the future. Now in lemon flavor.
But still only in Minnesota.
Yeah, I actually do know the right way to use a can opener. It's tell the maid to do it. No, you're supposed to put it on the top. You're not supposed to put it on the side.
And
then-
for the viewers at home, when Alex says maid, he's referring to his wife. Alex Lau.
She's the
He
dishwasher.
doesn't babysit his kids, but he calls his wife the maid.
Yeah, Alex, come on, bro. It's 2021.
21.
Wow. Alex. Wow.
The 20s.
The roaring 20s.
The 20s right now. What
Mhm.
could go wrong? But yeah, you're supposed to do the top first, and it gets rid of like the serrated edge and everyone.
So that's real, right? That's what
That's
you're
real.
saying. Like,
That's the actual answer.
Hmm.
That's everyone's been doing it wrong.
can you show us? Do you have one handy? You're in the kitchen.
I mean, what? I'm not in the kitchen. So like, I've got a pair of glasses. You know how like you put it on the side here, and then you like twist.
This is
You're
very
actually
helpful.
you're supposed to put it on the top like this and go
Ah.
around, and it serrates it.
I'm actually shocked at how many people didn't know/realize that.
Right?
When did you first know that, Marty?
Right around
Marty.
when I was attached to my mom and she showed me how to use a can opener. Jordan.
I was at the office, and it was Leroy's birthday,
Nice.
and I had to use the bathroom, and there was a wonderful smelling urinal cake,
Lots of bathroom talk today.
and that was when I knew that.
Next headline, Jordan.
Next headline: these are the worst mistakes to make when you're hiking.
Shitting your pants.
Horrible mistake.
Forgetting your shoes.
Bringing Panda Express.
Wait a second. You should go in order like that. I would preclude the shitting your pants.
Yeah, I mean those two go hand in hand. Side note: I had Panda Express today for lunch. Shit my pants.
This one is interesting. You bloody fool. You bloody fool.
Mhm.
Says first talking duck known to science.
Oh,
This
God.
was in the British Inquirer, I'm guessing. They're just calling
This is
us names.
Gizmodo.
says first talking duck to who?
So
Who did they say it to? I don't know.
out of this world, when asked, the duck said his name was Howard.
Oh,
and
dang it!
he was here to save the world.
I can't give my answer because it's the same answer. I was also going to say Howard the Duck. Dang it!
Of course.
Of
course.
Because it's right. Because it's the right answer.
It's the only answer that's acceptable. A talking duck, you should immediately go to Howard the Duck.
I mean,
and-
it could be Donald. It could be Scrooge McDuck.
No, it's
There were
Howard the
other-
Duck.
It's
No,
Howard the
it's
Duck.
Howard the Duck. You bloody fool! As Scrooge McDuck breaks his neck diving into gold.
Like, was I not the only child that was like, "There's no way that
You
was a
can't-
good idea."
How
That would hurt.
his hands spread the gold as he plunges head first, wearing a 1920s style bathing suit. I don't understand. Like, and oh, I'm sorry. Launchpad McQuack is the stupid one on this show. I don't think so. It is the senile billionaire who dives into gold and doesn't put it in a bank. My God, think of the compound interest that dumb duck is losing out on. Like, come on.
gotta stay off the grid, man. You gotta stay off the grid.
Like what artist was a trust fund baby whose grandfather would not die that decided that this was the character?
No, even hillbillies, Jordan, who are buying up gold, aren't going to bury it all in the same place in their backyard. They're going to go in multiple spots. That's their form of diversification, but not Scrooge McDuck. He puts it all in one tall Trump-like tower and says, "Here's my gold beacon. All of you would-be criminals out there, please come on in and grab my stash. Grab my stash."
All he wanted was
Wait, hold on. You missed out on my sponsorship. Grab my stash. The move that only was perfected by the good folks at Beard Daddy. Grab my stash. You paint it. We'll paste it. Beard Daddy.
That was there. That was great.
Beard Daddy. You don't have to be a daddy to have a beard, but you do have to be a beard
To have it
to be a. You don't have to be a daddy to have a beard, but you do have to have a beard if you want to be a beard daddy.
Look at Jordan just waxing
you don't
on
have to
about
be-
beards.
I'm sorry.
that was
Hey.
good.
Grimace. Grimace is a what? McDonald's manager's interview leaves the internet even more confused.
He's a giant hash brown.
He is what happens inside of the ice cream machine when it breaks down.
He is what happens when you eat a Big Mac every day for 30 days.
Yeah, that's the right answer. Alex did it. He got it. Yeah.
Last
Give us-
one. A bunch of zebras are on the loose in Maryland.
Referees caught running away from a game that they cheated on. It's not my best work.
It's better than whatever I had because I was going to say umpires, but you got it.
All right, yeah. Zebras is what we call them as a derogatory slang.
That's true though. Like a bunch of zebras in Maryland.
Is it a true story?
So, like, how?
That's the headline.
Can we
That's
actually
what we do.
expand that one? There's
Yeah, and I'd like to actually hear about that
like,
story.
Where'd they come from? Do they sound like Chris Rock?
Yeah. Everybody wants to know how to get back to the zoo.
Oh, what did we learn today?
Well, I learned that Jordan has an unhealthy fascination with what's in his urinal. Unbelievable that story left turned as hard as it left turned. All of a sudden, something fired in Jordan's brain that said, I need to tell these guys about these freaking phenomenal urinal cakes at my work.
I've been wanting to talk about tasty cakes for a long time. Finally, I have the platform to do it.
I learned that Marty has kicked his kids out of his house in his head already.
Mm-hmm.
So he's-
Multiple times. Oh, the dreams. What dreams may come, Alex.
I
There it
learned
was.
that there's sophisticated porn out there.
Yes. That's our show. That was good. I like the fact that it was real, everybody. That was a good real show. I like headlines too.
Yeah, I agree with I agree with Anna though. The xylophone stole the show today.
Then we'll have to give the Xylophone its own podcast, YouTube channel, and writing group.
Yep. Xylophone brought to you by Perfect Timing. Xylophone when you have to hit your mark.
We'll see you next week, next Wednesday, 7-ish, 9 Central. Say goodnight, guys.
Good night, guys.
Good night, guys.